Hey, this is Aurora. I know that I'm posting really late and my voice is kind of gone because it's starting to go. Because I just went through the first week of camp with campers, so I'm gonna kind of talk about how that went in just a moment. I'm sorry about the bad quality of this video. My phone camera has scratches over it. So my first week of eating with campers, okay, I finally got to weigh. I haven't been able to check how I'm doing in 2 weeks. So I checked and I am the same weight I was to start with. I'm still at 238. So that's really nice. I'm maintaining, which is kind of my goal, is just to maintain. I would like it if I lost a couple pounds this summer, but if I don't, then I'm okay with just staying where I am until I'm ready to start the next Bodyslims round, you know. So campers, I don't know how much I can actually tell you about my campers and my week because of as staff there's certain things that you can't say, obviously, because camper privacy and whatnot. And the other staff have their own privacy too. But I had a good week, but it was definitely a tiring week. Food wise, so the way that food is set up is we do 3 meals you do 3 meals a day, obviously, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then there's an evening snack always. And at every meal, you can get seconds. And there's, okay, so I'm gonna kind of walk you through a day of eating. I didn't take a video of this, so I'm just gonna tell you. I hope that it's whatever, funny to you. Okay, or interesting. So it starts out I'm just gonna give examples. It doesn't have the same food every day, but I'm just gonna give examples. So you'd start the day, there'd be eggs and bacon and maybe some sort of carb, there were blueberry pancakes. So we're gonna use that. Eggs, blueberry pancakes, and one day there was a oatmeal bake, which is actually really good, but also really filling. I'm one of the people who actually likes oatmeal. I know a lot of people who don't, but I thought it was good. But then there's also you can get a bagel or toast. There's also milk and chocolate milk with every single meal. That's I checked, the whole milk is 150 calories and chocolate milk is 140 because it's made with skim. So because of all the fat taken out, it's way lower. But yeah, so also there'd be cereal. You could kind of pick and choose for what you wanted at breakfast. And then lunch might be something French fries and chicken nuggets and a salad. And then dinner might be something we did personal pizzas and egg and kind of little personal pizzas that are this big. And then, or we did spaghetti one night, or we did, try to think of the other meals, or we did a tater tot casserole. But yeah, you kind of get it. So one of the things that I was trying to do at first, the first week, I was kind of eating whatever I wanted. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just okay, finally we are done with Bodyslims. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And I didn't really say that in my last video. I don't know if what I said in my last video. But that's kind of how it went. I just kind of ate whatever I wanted. But then this week I was kind of noticing, I've been trying to not intuitive eat, but think more about the feeling I get from my food, which sounds silly, but today I was having mac and cheese, and my mom made it, and it was really good. And my mom is really good at making mac and cheese. It wasn't box mac and cheese. It was good. Anywho, but I was thinking how does this mac and cheese make me feel? How do I actually feel I'm eating it? Well, my mouth feels happy because it tastes good. My brain feels happy because it feels very homey to me. I feel comforted when I eat this food. And yeah, just thinking about things like that, so that you're aware of why you're eating it and why you want more of it, is just really interesting, and it's been helpful. And also just like, yeah, getting the food you want the first time through, not getting seconds, and like not feeling bad also for your meals has been a good thing for me. Like yeah, I can have my meal and I can have a chocolate milk with my meal, and it's okay. Like that's what's fine for me. But I'm not saying I have to have a chocolate milk with every meal, but like if I want a chocolate milk, I can have a chocolate milk, because like that's okay. And like figuring out the balance between like, yeah, how all of like, yeah. When I was at camp also, another thing I wanted to talk about, I kind of struggled with like kind of feeling insecure, kind of. A lot of the like people at camp, they're all like, okay, you're around like a lot of like other girls your age and guys your age too, obviously, but like specifically for me, like all the other girls my age, like it's so hard to not compare yourself and to be like, oh my gosh, they're all so beautiful and like healthy and fit and whatever, and I'm like not at all. And like there's like one skit we do that was like push-up. It was like it's hard to explain, but it was like this push-up competition sort of, and I was like I volunteered for it, and then I go up and I was like, I actually can't do any push-ups. Can somebody like switch spots with me so I don't have to do push-ups? Because I will lose on the first push-up. And then it switched this other girl who was so nice, and she did like 20 push-ups. No sweat broken. She just did it, and I was like, my pronouns are she, but not her, because I'll never be her. Anywho. But yeah, just stuff like that. I'm like, it like, in some ways it makes me feel kind of like jealous, and I feel like that's not actually horrible for me sometimes, because like when I'm jealous, I don't know how to explain. I feel like there's different kinds of jealousy and stuff. There's like the jealousy that's like, I want to take that from them, I don't want them to have that. There's the jealousy that's like, I want to take that from them and give it to myself. There's like a jealousy that's like, I want to take that from them and nobody should have it. And there's the jealousy that's like, I want to take that from them and have it for myself. And then there's the jealousy that's like, oh my gosh, I'm happy they have that, but also I wish I had that too. And like the third one, like, I'm happy they have that, but I wish I had that too. I definitely feel that, and like that isn't a horrible motivator for me. Like that has been like part of my journey with this whole Bodyslims thing. Is like when I very first started, like two things made me sort of like start this whole program. Not two things, but I sort of remember one of the factors was that I had like a moment where I was like, oh, all of these people in my life and all of my friends, a whole bunch of my friends are doing this. If I don't do this, I'm going to feel very, very jealous when they all look like super good and I still look bad. And like, I don't know how to explain this. Hold on, let me backtrack a little bit. I'm not saying that you look bad if you're fat, because like being fat actually isn't like a horrible thing. Like, it's not as bad as you think it is, in my personal opinion. But like, for me, like, and I think that like this is also complicated, and I'm not gonna cut this or anything, I'm just gonna keep talking. One of the things is that like, I've had this struggle of like, I don't know, if I start trying to like lose weight and stuff, then like I start to like dislike my body. But like in general, I like my body, so I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. But the truth is that like it isn't healthy for me to keep gaining weight. Like it isn't actually healthy for me, but like neither would be hating my body. So like as I and my group of friends who are doing this are like working our way through this, there's like the double line of like making sure you're staying on the side of like, okay, I do need to do this. Like I need to do this, and I need to have motivation behind this. And the line and like walking the line of like, I still love myself. This body still does so much for me, it still works hard, it still looks beautiful, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, so like at camp, like, not comparing your meal to somebody else's meal, because like, you don't know what their struggle is, and you don't know what their food is, and like, yeah. And like, some people have a way higher metabolism than other people, and that's just true. And like, other people's, like, most of the other girls don't need to lose weight, and like, I do, and like, that's okay. But my body is still a good body, it just is different in that way. And like, yeah, so that's been sort of like a thing for me that I've been working on. But also yeah, but in like, in that struggle, like, I recognize that like, I like to be, it's important to not give up. Like, it's important for people who are overweight or plus size to be in realms that are mostly like, especially like around like, okay, I'm working at like a camp with kids, and like, all of them, I bet more than one of them for sure at some point will struggle with weight in their lives, because it's like, it's a big problem. And seeing someone who is overweight like me, but still like praising the Lord and worshiping, and still like having a lot of joy, and like, yeah, not like, not letting that block me from doing the things that like, I know the Lord is calling me to do, is like a good example for them. And I want to be a light. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about this week. That's kind of how eating is going for me. It's fine. I'm not losing, I'm not gaining, I'm just maintaining, which is the point, and that's okay. That's fine with me. I hope you all are having a great week, and Jesus loves you so much, and I love you so much, and bye.